computer and share my screen. Okay. Good morning, everybody. This is Hillary Strong from the Pagosa Springs Chamber of Commerce and coming to you today. And we're going to be talking about creating content for 2020. As we all know, everything is constantly changing and evolving. And so I just kind of want to give you some highlights of some things that are going on right now that are very popular and are working on social media, specifically Facebook. But we will be talking about some other platforms as well. Again, this is a free training that we're offering at this time for all members and non-members. So it'll be about an hour today. I will be discussing kind of designing tips, ideas and tools that are low cost, that show great success. I'm going to do a little demo of Canva, which is, I'm a non-designer by trade. I learn as I go. So don't be afraid. We're all content creators. And so I'm going to be demoing that. It's a free tool, and they do have a pro account for $12. I'll talk about and the advantages of that. I'm going to also be talking about using video and going live on Facebook and Instagram, actually. And I am going to I pulled up a bunch of examples of our local community here and what some people have been doing through probably the last 2 months, and making, transitions and adjusting businesses. So we'll be kind of talking about some great examples there, might give you some ideas. And then we'll be talking about getting on the video bus. So that will be very important. So why do we create content? Well, to connect with our audiences, to our clients, to our customers, to folks that donate to our organizations, all sorts of reasons. So we are all creating content every day, maybe not every day, but we are. So, but what do we need to do? We need to create content that our audience will love. And I think part of the challenge is you really need to understand you might have multiple audiences, but you need to create content that they love, not that you love. Those are two different things. So you really need to get clear on who your target audience or audiences are. You need to get to know them. You need to know about them. You need to know as much as you possibly can about them, so that all this work of creating the content, doing videos, that you're talking to them, right? So when we talk about creativity in motion, we are talking about anything that moves on our phones primarily, anything that has motion. GIFs are very popular. We'll talk more about that. Video, anything that moves in the feed, right? We're getting so much information, mostly on our phones. Most of us, 80% of us are opening on our phones all day long, and we're using our little finger to move through our feed, and we need to create things that catch the eye. So we're going to talk a little bit about becoming a better designer, increasing your skills, communicating through visuals, and really what we don't go on social media to be sold to. I mean, that's not why I get on Facebook. I go on there to be entertained, to be educated, to be delighted, to laugh, to read information that I find helpful. All sorts of reasons why people go on social media, right? Because it's social. So we cannot forget that piece. So the first step in this whole content journey that we're on is getting really clear about your audience, making sure that you're solving their problems. And so that's the first activity that you need to do. So how do we do this? Well, this is an activity that I do often, is I brainstorm for ideas, right? Because sometimes you look at a blank calendar and just nothing comes to mind. And I just pull out a regular printed out plain calendar, and you can do this for the quarter. I usually do it monthly. So I have the whole year printed out, just a plain calendar. And I go through and I put down um, whether it be events that we're doing, well, virtual events, special days that I think would be interesting or connected to what we're doing here. And so you want to make a list of keywords for your business. You know, what kind of words are you wanting to use in your communication? So you want to have a list of just keywords, and you can get these. Remember, these are probably on your website. Go to your competitors, look at other people's websites, sign up for people's email. So you want to have that list of keywords. And of course, when you're thinking about Instagram, Twitter, you can use them as hashtags. Facebook does not really recognize hashtags. So unless, I know a lot of people share directly from Instagram to their Facebook page, and you can tell because there's, 11 hashtags. But quite honestly, and that's fine, but in general, don't even bother putting hashtags on Facebook. It just doesn't provide any value to you. So first I make a keyword list so I know what kind of words I should be using. And then you also want to be doing some research. So there's all sorts of places. I have some mentors. Pinterest is surprisingly, Google, Pinterest, Reddit, BuzzSumo, Feedly. You've probably heard of a lot of these places. So go on and do some research. See what other folks are posting, what kind of content. You can see what kind of, on anybody's Facebook page, you can see how many views they're getting on their videos or their content, right? So I'm going to show a demo, a little bit of that later. I think one of the things you really need to think about is your competitors. Looking at your competitor pages, you can actually watch several pages in Facebook. It's in your settings. I can quick show you that. Or call the chamber and I can walk you through that. But you want to be watching your biggest competitors. And when I see that somebody's getting 1,000 views, or I click and see what the heck they posted, right? Because I want to know what are they doing. And sometimes I get some great ideas. So, and you can curate from professional articles and journals, things like that. Don't be afraid to do that. But you really need to be in your niche. You need to be checking out people or brands in your little niche, whatever that might be, and see what they're doing. And I think that's a way to just kind of brainstorm. It's a good activity, and it's a good activity to do with your team. If you have multiple people that are creating content, or people that are really savvy in your organization, I think that's a great activity. So I also threw in these other fun places to get, all those popcorn day and chocolate day and National Squirrel Day and all sorts of funny, crazy holidays. So these are, I just listed 4 here: National Calendar Day, Holiday Insights, Time and Day, and Brownie Locks. I know that's a strange word, but those are kind of some of the funnier holidays. So don't be afraid to go check them out and see if you can bring, people love humor. Humor is something that really works on social media. And it may not be, if you have a really professional brand, that may not be for you, and that's okay. But for most brands, I think people want to see authentic, funny, real things. And so if you can tie in, that would be great. So those are just a few of the, there we go. Sorry, there we go. Okay. So let's talk about how you need to have a process every month. So I do the same thing every month when I talk about doing my content, when I think about content. So it's called mind mapping, and you've probably seen these. You have to have, okay, what do you want to do for the month? What's going on? What's the big overall theme or goal that you might have for the month? So that's kind of your overreaching goal, or you can have multiple goals. And then you think about, well, what kind of content do I want to create to support that goal? Whether it be a blog, a post, email, live video, recorded video, whatever that may be, memes, quotes, you name it. So that's kind of the second part. You have your overall. So this on the right here, when you're looking at that, is kind of the same thing I'm walking through on the left. So then you have to decide what social platforms are you going to use for your content. So I reckon, a lot of people are not using Facebook correctly, or what I found in the last 2 weeks, I want to share people's information. We started a Facebook group from the chamber called Pagosa Springs Business Updates, and it is a free group, and groups will be another training down the road, but groups are pretty awesome, and they're great opportunity for businesses. They do take a lot of work because you got to manage them and let people in, but it's a great platform for people to share their content. And so when I wanted to share some of the business's content, I would go to their Facebook page because it's easier for me to just share their information. And they hadn't posted in Facebook since last year. Well, if you're going to be on the #1 platform for small businesses, you need to be current. You need to be posting. So I would that's one thing I did notice, that a bunch of businesses just, for whatever reason, just, are not up to date. And that's really a lost opportunity, because those that were up to date and using it to communicate during this interesting time, this virtual time, I think did much better, staying connected to your customers and to the folks that really want to hear from you. So that was, I got off a little bit, but so Facebook is probably the #1 platform. I know a lot of businesses are using Instagram. Instagram tends to run 34 and under. So if that's your target audience, then great. That's great. A lot of people use YouTube, which it's considered a social media platform, but is it really? That's debatable. Anyway, so you need to decide where you're going to post your information, okay? Whether it could be email, could be on your website, that's fine. And then what kind of campaigns do you want to run? So like a special. So on the calendar, I'm going to show you next, maybe your theme is grow new customers to your email list. That is your goal for the month. So then you want to create, okay, how am I going to do that? How am I going to get new customers to subscribe to my email list? And so you need to kind of brainstorm how you're going to do that. And then you create the content and schedule it on your calendar. And one thing you need to think about every time you're posting content, you don't want to have a call to action, but you want them to, your call to action could be just to read the blog article or click on the little GIF. Everything has its own call to action. In this instance, you want them to sign up for your email. So that's going to be one of your primary calls to action. And then if you're not looking at your data, then how are you going to know if it's working? So I review my data at the beginning, and if I want to know if something's working, I go into Facebook or Instagram or Twitter and check to see, what's trending, what's working, what did people like. But I do go in at the beginning of every month and do a report and look. You don't have to do a report, but you can look and see what people have responded to. So that's key in this whole content. You're spending all this time creating content, and maybe you're creating content that people aren't enjoying, or maybe you need to look at, and we'll talk about having a little budget and promoting that. So here's just a sample calendar. Your overall goal, this is just to print it out regular. I use a paper calendar versus a computer, whatever you're fancy. But as you look here, what are your topics for the month? Okay, you want to sell gift certificates, have an open house, products, and your campaigns. Maybe you do a live stream, you have an open house, you offer people a discount opt into your email. And maybe you're going to have some specials too on your products. You want to sell products, you want to sign up emails, you have multiple goals. You don't have to have multiple goals, you can have one goal. That's fine. So I'm just showing you how to put things on the calendar. So I put things that I know I'm going to do, and then I brainstorm and figure out how I'm going to fill in the calendar, right? I post something almost every day. You need to look at when your audience is online. Are they looking at night? Are they available during the day? Are they looking on the weekends? So that's something, if you know your target audience, you're going to know when you should be posting your content. And recently I read in Facebook too that people are creating more content. My thought on that is better quality content than more content. Okay, so let's just look at all the different types of content we can do, right? So I put a little star by the ones that I thought you should really be looking at that are getting probably better traction. Of course, videos and live videos. I would probably put live videos, number one, videos, number two, GIFs and animations. So all a GIF is something moving, right? And you have those available on multiple platforms. Animations is just something moving, something that's moving on your post, on your, so it could be words popping in, it could be something flashing, any kind of movement is what we talk about with animation. Stories are very popular, and Facebook and Instagram, and Facebook owns Instagram, in case you didn't know. So they're really pushing stories. And if you notice on the top of your news feed in both Instagram and Facebook, stories are put at the top. So if you're not doing stories, and these stay live for 24 hours, they're short and sweet, 15 to 30 seconds or shorter. Right now they're giving you the opportunity that they're putting them at the top of the platform. So you really need to be thinking about how to maximize that. One other thing is when I was looking at just reading an article, they were talking about shareable content and for just organic reach. And when we talk about organic reach, what is that? It's the reach you get when you put up something on your social media without paying for it. It's just how it spreads. How many people look at it? How many people click on it? Well, in all of the platforms, organic reach is very low. So if you have, 3,000 people following you, maybe 2 to 6% of those people will see anything that you do. But if you use video, like these are some stats from Facebook, 8.7. Well, that's a lot better than 2 to 6%. Stories, right behind it at 5.8, a link, like a link to a call to action or a link to something, get tickets now, that kind of thing, is at 5.3%. And photos, images are at the bottom at 3.7. So that's organic reach, right? That's before you do anything, put any money towards it. So another idea for content is something that you're already probably getting on your pages, on your profiles, is UGC. UGC is user generated content. These could be reviews, just videos people post about being in your restaurant or store or whatever, using these as social proof, right? So these get 2.4 times the reach because people feel like they're authentic. And so, you have a great opportunity. If people are posting lots of great stuff and saying thank you, it's awesome, use that in your content, right? Take a little clip of it, a little snip of it, and make a little post about it. So that seems to be really popular right now. Okay, so post with intent. Again, you need to have at least a small budget. Because if you put some money, say $10 to boost a post, boost a video on Facebook, they're also going to throw in a little bit more organic reach for you. So it's going to help both. By just tossing Facebook a little money, they're going to give you some free organic reach with that. Now, one great way that's free, I love the word free, or low cost, is share. Asking people to share and getting people to share. Remember, we love to share videos. So you do more videos, they're very shareable. That means you're going to get a lot more free organic traffic. It means more people are going to see it, more people may click on it, share it for free, right? For free. So that's something, maybe you have some super fans. That's a great way that they can help you out. Maybe you have a board of directors. Maybe you have a bunch of employees that are super savvy on social media. You know, ask them to share it out once in a while. You don't want to ask every day. If it fits your brand, you know, be funny, be unique. Show all of us are different. All of our businesses are different. Show that to people, right? And then also one thing to think about is this term evergreen. Evergreen posts, evergreen video. What this is information that's not time sensitive. So think about content like about the owners, things that are on your website, Q&A, about your board members, about your staff, your plans for the year, you know, different things like that that you could create and kind of have ready when it's not a hot content day, nothing's really happening. So I always like to encourage people to have some evergreen content kind of standing in the wings, so to speak. Okay. So then we're going to talk about the 3 P's of posting. And this is not the paycheck program. Paycheck, I can't even think of it this morning. This is the 3 P's of posting. It's something a little bit more fun. So it means personal, purpose, and promotion. So when we think about posting our content, a lot of times, again, we don't get on to be sold to. We want to discover things. We want to see things that intrigue us and make us curious. Or, you know, we want to see cool stuff from the places that we love, the brands that we love. So the first one's probably the most, I know it's the most important. And it's probably, I think people are afraid to show more their personal side, their behind the scenes. Just remember, I think in this whole time, one opportunity that I've seen is that people just want to see real people. They don't care that you're perfect, that your hair looks perfect, that, you know, you're all professional in your videos. They want to see a real person talking to them, right? Just like, you know, if you're having someone over to your house, right? How do you talk to people? So it's really important to think about when you're thinking about content, how to personally connect with your audience, because that is going to get you much further. And then have purpose. Again, when we talk about quantity, I would rather have 3 great posts, videos during the week than doing something every day that just doesn't have a lot of thought or purpose behind it. So I'm really selective. I'm getting more selective myself on really thinking about, would our target audience enjoy this? Do you think they'd like this? And you have to just kind of go with, you're testing all the time. Nothing's perfect. You know, tomorrow's another day. Things move along, and they move along quickly in social media. So I know that many of you, for our holiday hoopla, we came around and did live videos, and we caught people off guard. And that was probably, I think, more sincere than if we have it all scheduled and everything like that. Not that those aren't important, but I think, you know, people like to laugh. They just want to see you being who you are and sharing your story. So after we share personally, we share with purpose, then we should be promoting. Only after you do the first 2 things do you get to promote something. So I think everybody kind of has this backwards, you know, they're always pushing, promoting, you need to step back and do the first 2 P's first before you get to do promotion. So pull back the horse and really think about what kind of content you are putting out there. Okay. All right. So content design. I know this is, I've done a couple Canva classes, and there's all different platforms. Canva, Easel, Adobe Spark. I have tried them all. And there's nothing wrong with any of them. For whatever reason, I just gravitated to Canva. These are all free. They have free versions, and they also have very, very cheap pro plans or advanced plans. So using these, I'm not a graphic designer. Most of you are not. I would say, venture to guess, 99.9% of you are not. But these days, we can all become a better designer, right? If we use tools to help us. There's tools on your phone. There's tools like this. Canva is actually, I don't know about Easel and Adobe Spark on your mobile phone, but I know Canva, you can do it. I do prefer to use the desktop most of the time, and I use a scheduling tool. But if you prefer using your phone, there's lots of cool things you can do. So I'm just going to I'm going to just show you and go to Canva. I just happen to be using Canva. I've used it for, 5, 6 years now. And, you know, for a non-designer, this is just a great tool to make things easier. It's just to make your life easier. So you really need to take a look at this, or the other platforms, whatever you're fancy. So one of the great things, I do have the pro account, and that's like $10 a month. I mean, it's super cheap, is that you can have folders here. You can do a brand kit. I'll look at that, which means you have logos, you can have your colors, all of your designs, and it keeps all of your designs that you've done. So that's pretty cool. So I just want to show you, it has everything sized. So I use this social media. It's kind of a square post. I use this a lot, and they have, I use this on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook because it pretty much meets my needs. They have stories, they have Facebook covers, posts, documents, presentations, posters, mind maps. We were just talking about brainstorming. You can go in there and they have videos, logos. I mean, the list goes on and on. These are all for free. So let's go back. I just want to quick show you the social media post. So this is like a standard square. One of the advantages of paying the $10 a month is that you can they have video now, and they have animation. So there's some cool features. So they have all these, they have tons, and you can buy videos and images in Canva for $1. And so if you're into real estate, they have quotes. So they've got, let's just look at quotes a minute. They've got all these templates already done for you. Now you can go in, say I want to use this one. You can go in and change the colors. So maybe your brand color, maybe you want to change this. You can change the font. You can upload a font. You can change the size, all sorts of things. You can add photos, elements, text, music, videos, backgrounds. You could upload your own images. So there's, I mean, all these templates that I'm assuming graphic designers actually did, which is great because I'm not a graphic designer and I don't have time to do this. I go in here, and just a tip, when you do go in to do designing, to make your content, try to batch out, at least do 5. Try to, when you're in the mood, do a bunch. So I try to do mine, ahead of time as much as I can. And so after you do that, you can just download it as an image, as a PDF. If you have animation in it, you can download it as an MP4 and then use that on your social media. So let's just go back. I just wanted to quick show you that. It's super easy and it'll save you money and time. So again, let's just walk back and talk about planning your content, right? get out my trusty little paper calendar and schedule your content. Now, once you've created it, Facebook, and because they own Instagram, if you have your Instagram account connected, they have what's called this new creator studio, and you can actually schedule in there for free. So one thing Facebook is doing, which is not a surprise, is that they are trying to become YouTube, a scheduler. You can make your videos. They have a new video editing feature. They're coming out with new things all the time. But this is kind of cool because if you can go in here, I use Hootsuite. There's some reasons to that. But if you want to use a free scheduler, go in to Facebook and schedule Instagram and Facebook. So we need to think, when we think about content, we need to shift from telling to showing. It's kind of like show and tell, but you tell in very few words. You really want to show people. Showcase your story. Show your culture, your message, your brand. Using animation video to stand out. Engaging people. Videos are just shared more often. That's just a fact. And Facebook in particular is giving priority to them. But live videos and stories are the best. And they get the most free organic traffic. We like the word free. So that's creating. Great. So what if you're a little bit more technical? Now this, for many of you, this may be too much. That's fine. But here at the Chamber, we use Wave. I've also used Animoto. I've used InVideo. And Canva has, they're introducing some limited video snipping. There's also mobile apps that do this. So this is taking your video kind of to the next level. It is putting maybe a video that you created, uploading that, trimming that, adding text, arrows, animation, putting music to it. I mean, you can do a little bit of that in Canva, but this really is what you call a video editor. And one of the cool things about these is that you can upload your own videos, but yet they do have templates that you can use to get started, just like Canva did, but these are video templates. And so, if you want to get a little more technical, that would be the next step after Canva. So what are we seeing? Let's talk about what's trending with videos. Think of, in all of my trainings, if you've been to those before, I always talk about this example. What I think it works is that, think M&Ms, not big Hershey bar. Remember I used to love those big Hershey bars, and I never finished one. But M&Ms, they're so much easier to consume. So you really need to break up your content in bite-sized pieces, right? Now this, like an hour training, is great for like YouTube. Perfect. Not on Facebook, right? That just doesn't jive. People are not going to sit through an hour unless they're really engaged. But just to let you know, this will be replayed and available on our website and on YouTube. As you know, not on Facebook. We're not going to put it on Facebook. But I could take clips of this and make little videos using Wave, and that would be actually probably a lot of content. One new thing we got to remember too is that a lot of people are not watching with the sound on. So Facebook launched a new feature now. If you go live, when the replay goes up, it automatically put captions on your video, which is pretty cool. You used to be able to go, you still can go in and do that to a video. You can add captioning when you upload it to Facebook. That's actually a feature. I've done that before. You can pay someone, but it's expensive to add captioning. but it is a really cool feature for Facebook. And it's only after you do a live video. So again, we talk about video is an opportunity that is kind of an equalizer between small businesses, large businesses. We can do anything on video that Target can, as far as live video. Now, yeah, they have people that make their videos all polished and things like that, but people actually would prefer to just see you on camera talking, your employees. So it's a great opportunity. So I know everybody's like, why video? Because that's the bus that's running right now. That is just the bus that we got to be on. So we need to be engaging. You can use your phone. You can use Canva, these other tools. They're pretty inexpensive. You can repurpose little videos. So that's a cool thing, like this presentation. I can put it in an email, website, other social media, break it up. And frankly, it's just popular. So 80% of internet traffic is video. What? 80, did you guys hear me? 80%. I thought they were crazy when they were talking about that a couple years ago, but it's actually happening. So again, we got to get on the bus. And there's reasons why. So about 3 out of every 4 people would rather learn about a product or service by watching a video. It's more convenient, right? Like you think about YouTube, all the how-tos on there. Most of the content on YouTube is user-generated content, UGC. So think about that. This is the way people want to learn about you and your business, period. You and your organization. And you got to be doing it. You can do launch events online, products behind the scenes, contests. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Some of the folks around here have been doing those. That's a great way. You're trying to grow your brand, your business. Running contests is a great way to do that. And what? Live video at the starting price of nothing other than having your phone. I don't think anybody could not afford that, right? Zero. It doesn't cost you anything. So what are the top platforms that we're talking about? Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. They're the top video marketing platforms right now. Audiences are going gangbusters like never before. Also, Facebook has added groups because they're running out of ad space. So now you can go live in your group, in Facebook groups. It's another whole wonderful opportunity to think about. But if you need to be doing video on one of these platforms. Okay, so let's get into some fun local examples of all different things that we've been seeing in the last, gosh, it's been almost 2 months now. So these are businesses that are continuing to engage and show and connect with their audience, right? Ski and Bow Rock's great at this. They're always showing fish and outdoors, and that's their brand, right? They're putting their brand in motion, showing real people doing it. I saw this from Aspen House and Aspen Services, I think yesterday. Want to win a prize and keep your brain busy. And there's 6 hidden words in here, and they're going to get a free t-shirt. So it's just a fun way. I thought that was cute, just a fun way to engage and stay connected with their audience. Pagosa Mountain Sports is another one that has been posting, pictures of real clients, real people buying their products, even through this whole ordeal. Okay, Janelle at Choke Cherry did a live video, and that did really well. I think that was for Easter. She did a little, now that's 49 seconds. I would recommend 15 to 30. Keep it short and sweet for people. But she got a lot of, she's trying video, and that's great. If we look at this one, the Springs Resort and Spa, they had a yoga instructor, or they've done this several times. So they're showcasing, even though they're not open, they're showcasing their location, letting you look, go, oh, doesn't that look amazing? Yes, it does. But then they're adding some fun for people, right? Everybody's a little stressed. Yoga is good for everybody. It's out, she's outdoors. It's a positive thing that they're doing. So I think that's great. Tony at Pagosa Brewing Company did a lot for the food pantries. They had a collection. I think they still have it. And they've been asking people to donate. So that's just another really great thing that they've done. And that's something that you go, oh, that's really, really great. And that brings goodwill. Juice Goddess, they got a little window that they're using. Anybody that has a window has been using it, which is great. And showing that they are, using gloves, they have masks, and they're following precautions. So, and a lot of people have asked for that. They want to see what you're doing to keep them safe and to keep your staff safe. So don't be afraid to show that. Here's another one from Pagosa Baking Company. And they kind of connected with the whole theme of Earth Day and sourcing locally, local grains, locally made breads. And and again, they're not only promoting themselves, but they're promoting Mountain Mama Milling. What a great partnership. Think about that when you're doing this. You're going to get double, not only the organic reach if you partner with someone, but if you both put a little bit money to it, you get a lot more traffic that way. Pagosa Funky Trunk, they're doing some giveaways. That looks like fun. And so that was on, these are all on Instagram. So I pulled them off Facebook and Instagram. Los Dos Charros, again, just showing your product. Doesn't that look delicious? And happy Cinco de Mayo Day. And they're doing a Appreciation Week giveaway, giving away carnitas combo and a margarita to one lucky winner. Yum. Again, Pagosa Brewing, I like this one. How hard are you running? Kind of, being serious, but showing what they're doing to keep their employees safe and making sure they're wearing these pretty masks. Visiting Angels does some nice stuff too. Now hiring, they do a lot of inspirational type posts and thanking their staff a lot. I like to see those. Boulder Coffee, here's just one. May your Wednesday be simply wonderful. They've been putting out a lot of positive messaging, and yet they're still showing their coffee, right? They're a coffee house. Well, they have more than that, but yeah, I like that. Me's is using the gift cards, the e-gift cards. I put this link down here, Facebook gift cards link. You click on that. You have to use, I believe, Square or Cabbage, but it's free to hook up to Facebook and offer gift cards. So if you don't have a website, you don't have a way to do that, you can do this on Facebook. And so that's great. So they took advantage of that new feature. This Springs again, they did a virtual happy hour. They had live music that they streamed. That was fun. Rosie's Pizzeria, they did a appreciation day for their staff that I can't remember what portion of their, and they did a little video thanking everybody for the support. So they raised money and gave it to their staff. So that was really neat and took advantage of video. What a wonderful thing. And I know a lot of businesses have been doing that too, and that's great. Lost Cajun, visit our website so that you can order online and pick up. And they've been doing a lot of great things. This was cute. This is from Pagosa Feed and Nursery. Don't stop believing. It was just a fun way to tie in their products. And I've been seeing some great stuff from them. Iron Dram Whiskey is closed right now. And so what are they doing? They're selling products. What a great, what a great thing. Make some money, right? So I thought that was great. Healing Waters, giving all of us are a little stressed. And so, we all need to take care of ourselves. So I thought that was really nice and relevant, right? Showing that they care about us and also in the way, showcasing their services once I think they're available now. Pagosa Baking, I think they did a good job adapting to takeout, as in, I did buy these cinnamon rolls. They were delicious. So take and bake, right? I think a lot of people jumped on that bandwagon during this time and still are, and great idea. They have the bakery, they have the opportunity. So why not offer more take and bake items for people? We're all getting sick. We all get sick of cooking. I do. I like to pick up, but I like to have everything I need, right? Heartfelt and handmade. This is actually a little video of some of the hand-printed silkscreen designs, dish towels. So I thought that she's been doing some video. I thought that was great. Tony did free wine tote with purchase. Again, just another nice idea. So I want to talk a little bit about getting on the bus. Video is here to stay, and so we need to get on the bus. So let's talk a little bit about what bus. So as far as people purchasing on social media, Facebook is still number one at about almost 32% of people are purchasing. Pinterest is second, almost 17%, and then Instagram at 13%. So that's where people are actually purchasing online. Again, let's say Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram. Some key concepts is that we need to be doing and sharing native video. Whether you go live on Instagram or Facebook, or even stream into YouTube, or upload your own video that you've taken on your phone, or done in Wave is fine. One thing to not do, don't do it, is sharing a YouTube link on your Facebook feed. YouTube is a main competitor of Facebook, and you're not going to get any reach from that. So just don't even bother to do that, to be quite honest. You're better off just sharing your own live or native videos that you upload yourself. I wanted to talk a little bit just about live video. One of the great things that they've done in Facebook is when you say schedule, the chamber is using a platform called StreamYard. And using this, we connected our LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook channels, and we can actually schedule live videos. You can also schedule into a group, which is pretty cool. So Mary Jo's going like live tomorrow. We put that out on Monday, and then it's on our Facebook and YouTube channels, so people look at it. And Facebook will actually, there's a little button that says get a reminder. So once people click that one time, your fans will get notified every time that you're going to go live, whether you schedule it or not. They're going to get a little notice to that for free. So that's something that Facebook is doing. And I would really encourage you, again, what is the cost? Nothing. You have your phone. One of your employees has their phone. Just hit the live button and go. I mean, think about a little bit what you're going to say, but just think about some way to connect with your fans. They want to hear from you. Don't be afraid. Face the fear. My husband's from Maryland, and it's fear the terps. Fear the turtle, I think is the, so face your fear. Fear the turtle. Don't fear the turtle. So another cool feature I just wanted to mention is Facebook offers right now. And you can put discounts and offers, either they can be online, in-store, or you can have them, you can do it in-store and online, both. But one thing you want to do, one thing I saw like over the hoopla is a lot of people were offering like 5%, 10%. To be honest, you cannot offer anything less than 20%. You have to offer something that's going to motivate people to click on that, to either go online, to order a takeout, you want to get them to take action, right? So you got to make it worth their while. like these contests. I think they're a great idea. I think what a wonderful opportunity to get more people interested. We all love to win free stuff. We love it, right? So I just wanted to kind of leave you with those tidbits. Does anybody have any questions that you want to, I'm gonna stop share. And does anybody have any questions? I'll put the chat up that I'm happy to, there we go. I've got the chat up. Does anybody have any questions that you'd like to type in the chat? I'm happy to answer those. Now's your chance if you have any questions or anything. Okay, that's okay. So this will be available after the call. It will be replayed and available on our website and on YouTube. So I do want to thank all of you for being here today. I hope this was helpful. You'll be able to download not only the video, but the PDF presentation. You can just download it. So just want to say thank you all for being here and have a great day.